Hello Shenanigamers, and welcome back to Darkest Dungeon. Last time, we took some of our lower level heroes here into the Cove and seemed to get the job done alright. Got a bit more experience under their belts, which I'm very happy about. They're still a little bit stressed out, so we're going to wait for them all to calm down a bit. Don't quite think we need to put them into any of the places we can drop their stress with. If we give them enough time, they'll calm down. So instead, let's check out this veteran mission here in the Weald. We can get the Gambler's Charm for that. Plus 15% max HP, minus 10% death blow resist. We're probably not going to use that, but still. It's there. So, let's see, who do we want to bring with us here then? Well, actually, while I think on it, we could theoretically go back to the Cove for a champion mission. You know what? I think we'd go for it. Let's go for the champion mission. Our very first one. Now let's just make sure we don't have anyone who has things like Cove phobe or fear of Eldritch or things of that nature. Now, let me see here. Shabam being an Eldritch Slayer could be useful. We definitely need to take Zombie with us. That is not up for discussion. We have to take Zombie with us. They already have skills that do more damage against Eldritch enemies, like Eldritch Stab and Abyssal Artillery, but we don't need Abyssal Artillery and Eldritch Stab when Zombie is mainly there for Weakening Curse and Vulnerability Hex to lower dodges and damage and protection, and then apply marks, and then for the emergency heal of Weird Reconstruction, and then to pull enemies from the back forward with Daemon's Pull and clear corpses. However, being an Eldritch Hater, they already have plenty of damage against them, and they'll take less stress, and Warrior of Light, so long as we keep the torch high, will also benefit that. We should also probably upgrade that skull and robe that Zombie has, but we'll get to that. Now, we could take Dawai as a more reliable healer. Theoretically. Villa being Cove Scrounger means that they have a better chance to scout out the coves, which isn't a bad thing, plus they also have some good protection. So I think we take Villa as our tank in this matter. Crimson's not bad, being a Cove Adventurer, but having bleed-related skills in the Cove isn't really going to help us much. So we'd be more relying on the Barbaric Yawp, Breakthrough to get back up to the front, and then Wicked Hack. We could pick up Iron Swan and bump that up, but that only applies if they're at the front. Honestly, I think instead of that, we go for the Adrenaline Rush, rather than if it bleeds. We'll look into that. I think Solaires might be a better bet, just because Solaires has a lot of dodge already from being a daredevil. So the lower their hit points are, the more dodge they will have. But on top of that, they also have their protection skills, like Defender. We could also theoretically take Mortimer, who we haven't used in a very long time. But they'd be in bad company with Zombie. Because Weird Reconstruction wouldn't heal them for as much. This is a difficult choice. We could take Viral. Honestly, Malbeng could be one of the worst choices here. Actually, taking Papon is a good idea. We need someone who can reliably heal. And with Illumination, Papon can clear stealth, and they have plenty of healing they can do. That'll be good. So then that leaves us one open spot. And all of Villa's skills can be used from the first two positions, so we could send in Ormond. Which honestly makes a lot of sense. Ormond's Blights will come in handy. So I think this is our champion team here. Let's make sure everyone's upgraded. We don't want to go into this blindly or unprepared. Champion missions are a whole nother game. Now, we actually have enough that we can enough deeds and crests that we can upgrade the furnace.
Fan the flames, mold the metal. We are raising an army.
That makes it so our weapons and armor can be upgraded for a fraction of the cost they already have been set at. Now, Villa, definitely need to upgrade your weapon and armor, and Zombie, weapon and armor upgraded. We could upgrade Zombie's weapon and armor again as well, but no, I think the third upgrade is good enough for right now. But let's make sure everyone's skills are upgraded. We definitely want Inspiring Cry upgraded, and we want to max out Bulwark of Faith. We want as much protection from that as we possibly can. Bill's gonna be the tank, that's what we're gonna need. Now, Papon. Let's go for the max on Divine Comfort and Divine Grace. And Ormond, let's at least upgrade the rest of your skills a little bit. Serpent Sway does not give you any more blocks, but it does increase your speed a little bit more. That's not until the final upgrade. Wish I'd known that earlier, but oh well. Now, we're still shy on crests in order to get the next level of training regimen, but that'll do for now. So, before anything else, just to make sure we've got enough funds for this expedition, let's take a look at what we can sell off. Probably not gonna need, we are probably not gonna need another warrior's cap. If we have one, that's fine. A Book of Intuition is good, but definitely not gonna have two at the same time, I don't think. Book of Relaxation we hardly use as is, so we won't miss one. We already have them all on equip, so let's just sort by rarity. Okay. There we go. That should put us in a bit of a better financial spot. Okay, so, right. And there's this relic here, the Ancestor's Signet Ring. Plus 10 accuracy, plus 10 protection, plus 10%, or plus 10% protection, plus 10% stress. That's a really good trinket. But no, this time we're gonna go for this short one. It's a skirmish quest, which I'm not thrilled about, but we'll do what we can with it. So, with Villa here, let's make sure we have what we can get. And let's also make sure we get that. What am I saying? Let's make sure we have whatever we can get here as potent as we can. Villa's gonna end up being our tank, because we have durability with Villa, we have blights with Ormond, we have healing, and we have healing with Papon, and we have emergency healing and debuffs with Zombie. So, that's what we have. So let's see what we can do to amplify that. Now, Villa, we have durability and some emergency healing and a decent chunk of damage right off the bat. Swordsman's Crest is not what we want to give them. Paralyzer's Crest could be good, though it does have Stunning Blow. But no, that's not where we're going to go with it this time. That's not what we're going to do. Instead, what we are going to do is go for the Commander's Orders. That will give us more stress healing and healing overall. The cost of very little in terms of damage. We'll go from 9 to 17 damage to 9 to 16 damage, which is a very decent trade, I would say. And then we could use Ancestor's Scroll to up healing and stress skills even further. This is only for stress heal received, so we don't quite want that. But the healing skill received would be decent enough. Weigh that out. Do we go for the Swordsman's Crest then? I think we do. We have healing in Papon, and we have healing in Zombie, so we'll go with the Swordsman's Crest. So we have very little in the way of emergency healing with Mr. Villa here. So we'll up the melee damage just a tad there, and we'll focus on protection and give them Barristan's Head. Alright. Now then, Armand, you are going to be getting the Dancer's Foot Wraps, make you go faster and resist movement. And then we will go with the Shimmering Scale from some protection. You'll take a little bit more stress, but not by much. Now, Papon, you need healing galore. So, unfortunately, we're going to end up giving stress a big boost here with the fact that we're giving you Junior's Head. We're also going to give you the Tome of Healing here, the Tome of Holy Healing, rather. So now we have plus 55% on healing skills. And then Zombie. What all do we have we can give you? We can give you more damage against the Eldritch and more crit chances against the Eldritch. But the damage isn't going to be the big thing. Debuffs is. We could give you the Evasion Incense, lowering your speed, but upping your dodge by an incredibly high amount. But honestly, I think the Cursed Incense is a must-have here. Lower your max hit points a bit, but the 40% increase to debuff skill chance and the 20% move skill chance increase is going to make up for that, I believe. And then we'll also give you the Evasion Incense just to make your dodge a bit higher. Alright. In theory, this all looks good. Let's go ahead and move on to provisioning. We're not going to take any chances here. We're going to take all the food. So it's full stack and a half of food, full stack of bandages. We'll take a stack and a half of torches. We'll take 4 laudanum. We started with the free holy water, so we'll take an extra one just to get us up to 6. That's a full stack. Full stack of medicinal herbs. We'll take 3 skeleton keys. We'll take a full stack of anti-venoms. And then we're actually going to take all 4 shovels. Because like I said, we're not taking chances here. We could use the Aegis scales here. With Villa and Zombie here, we're going to take 2 of them, just in case either of those 2 could potentially come to harm. And then we'll embark. This one could be a bit nerve-wracking, but this is the first champion mission we're doing. Cove. Tentacled lurkers lie in wait just below the water's surface. Tread carefully.
These salt-soaked caverns are teeming with pelagic nightmares. They must be flushed out.
All right. So, right now, we have less stress on Papon, which is useful. The area is not that large, that's fine. So let's check up this way first. So have Villa do Villa things by going at the front lines here. We'll go ahead and use the medicinal herbs here. Get a protection stone. Plus 5% protection, -1 speed. Honestly, I kind of like that almost better than the swordsman's crest, just because of the extra protection, but no. We'll take the emerald, we'll take the stone.
Impressive
Jade.
haul, if you value such things.
if that's what you're after, I mean. Yeah, we'll take the anti-venom. Can't take the anti-venom, we have a full stack and an extra shovel. That's fine then. This is the Cove, and here we have our first Cove fight on champion. We have infamous cutthroats, 2 of them here, an infamous fusilier, and a brigand hunter. So we have infamous cutthroats, 23 hit points, 25% protection, 24 dodge, 5 speed. They're human. We have 65% stun resistance, 60% bleed and blight resistance, 55% debuff resistance, and 65% move resistance. This infamous Fusilier has 23 hit points as well. They're human as well. 29 dodge, 8 speed, 65% stun and move resistances, 60% blight and bleed resistances, and 55% debuff resistance. They're also stealth for 2 rounds. And then this Brigand Hunter is a human as well, with 25 hit points, with 31 dodge and 8 speed, 73% stun and move resistance, 68% blight and bleed resistance, and 63% debuff resistance. All the skills should be the same as their previous incarnations, though. Infamous Cutthroats still have Slice and Dice, Uppercut Slice, Shank, and Harmless Poke. Infamous Fusilier still has Blanket Fire and Rushed Shot, and the Brigand Hunter has Blanket Fire and Rushed Shot as well. Well then, let's see what we can do. Let's actually have Ormond use Serpent Sway here, just to block whatever's coming at us next. Figured a Blanket Fire would be it. Good full team dodge, though. A Shank on Zombie, good dodge. And another Blanket Fire. Ow! Ormond did block that. And Zombie and Papon got hit with the -6 dodge debuff. But we're going to go ahead and make sure that we take care of the stealth these guys have on them first. So we're going to try and hit this Brigand Fusilier. There we go. Or Brigand Hunter, rather. And Shank on Ormond, which they block. That puts up a bleed there. We're alright, though. So, the Brigand Hunter, we got the debuff on them, -27 dodge. That makes them a lot easier to hit. We're actually going to go for the Daemon's Pull here and try to pull them forward. There we go. And then we're going to have Mr. Villa here use Bulwark of Faith.
As the light gains purchase,
That puts Villa's protection at 55%
and purpose is made clear.
and marks them. So Villa will be the most likely target right now. So then we're going to go with... we're going to go with the Pierce here. And we'll use it on this infamous Cutthroat. Good amount of damage. Blanket Fire. Ow. Wasn't a fan of that, but alright. Go with Judgment here on the Hunter. That'll heal Papon up a little bit. Shank on Papon. Ow! Crit for 23.
About to break.
And then a blanket fire on top of it. Ow. And the Shank on Mr. Villa. That's alright, we can take that. We're gonna go for the weird reconstruction on Papon now for 18. Very good. We'll go with the bandage here. And then we can go for the smite.
Confidence
All right.
surges as the enemy crumbles.
The hunter is down. We don't need to worry about them anymore. So let's go for the expose here on this cutthroat. They dodge. Go for the bandage here, and then we're going to go for the divine comfort, healing everyone up for about 7.
Sedated.
Now let's go for the Daemon's Pull on this cutthroat. That'll clear out the corpses. Did not move them to the front, but we got a bit of damage going there. Slice and dice. Ow. Resisted the debuff though. Blanket fire. Zombie dodged it. And then a shank on Mr. Villa. Ouch. Did not resist the bleed. Let's go for the stunning blow on this cutthroat, which they resist. Did a decent amount of damage to him though. Let's go with the pierce here. Crit for 22. That takes care of that cutthroat. We'll go for another divine comfort here, healing everyone for 8. Even better than last time. Slice and dice. Ouch. And then blanket fire. Ow! Zombie dodged it, but it crit Villa. Let's go ahead and have Villa try to stun this Fusilier. They resist, of course, but we tried it. And then we'll have Zombie heal up Villa for 7. Right. Now we can go for the expose here. That debuffs them. Blanket fire. Ow. Divine comfort. That should heal past the damage that blanket fire did. Shank on Villa. Crits for 11. Ouch. Then we'll heal up Villa for 15. Bleed for 6. We'll use the bandage to get rid of that bleed there. And then we're going to go for the smite here. There we go. Crit for 28. Truth prevails. Alright. Villa's protection is at 70% right now. That's amazing. Alright, let's go for the pierce on this cutthroat. Crit for 22.
Destroy
yes.
them all.
Can't take any of that. That's fine though. At least for right now. What can we drop for it? We can actually drop this protection stone for the onyx, which is what we're gonna do. Now let's go ahead and just use the medicinal herbs here. Take what we can from this. Replenish a bandage. Grab another key. We can't grab the coin. We'll grab the other emerald and the jade though. And then we'll keep moving on into this room. No room battle. No scout. That's okay. And we'll go on to this room. And Papon's going to go ahead and open this chest. There's nothing there. That's fine. Bring the light back up and keep moving. So we have infamous bloodletter, infamous cutthroat, and infamous fusilier. We get the surprise though. Luckily enough for us. So let's go for the captivate here on this infamous cutthroat, which they dodge, of course. Well then, let's go for illumination on the fusilier. That'll hit. Get the debuff. They're out of stealth now. Go for Bulwark of Faith on Villa. Keep that protection up.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
Then we'll go for the Demon's Pull on this Fusilier, which they resist. Slice and dice on Villa and Ormond. Both resist the debuff. Blanket Fire. Zombie dodged it. And Papon resisted the debuff. And Rain of Whips. Zombie dodged again. And Papon resisted the bleed. Right. And another Blanket Fire, which Zombie dodged again. He's doing a great job of dodging this stuff. And a shank on Papon. Ow. Hits for a lot. Let's go with a weird reconstruction here on Papon with a crit heal for 40. Woo. Let's go with the pierce on... Yeah, we'll go for the pierce on the Fusilier. Crit for 22. Ormond is critting a lot with that move. Can't staunch the flow. Well, thankfully you won't need to for much longer. We're gonna go for Divine Grace.
Compassion is a rarity.
That'll heal you up and heal up the others a bit as well. Buy some more time there. Fury. This infamous Bloodletter has 68 hit points now. Human, 21 dodge, 30 speed. Same skills as the previous incarnation. Rain of Whips, Punishment, and Point Blank Shot. They have 90% stun resist, or stun resistance, 90% stun resistance, 60% blight and bleed resistance, 55% debuff resistance, and 115% move resistance. That move resistance is pretty high there. Let's go ahead and see if we can't stun them. Probably not, but we're gonna try. Did not work. Well, we tried it. Rain of Whips, Zombie dodge again. Crit Villa.
Single strike.
But Villa resisted the bleed, which is good. So let's go with the pierce on the Cutthroat then. Go for another Divine Comfort. Heal people back up. And then we're going to go for the... Yeah, we'll go for a Vulnerability Hex on the Cutthroat. That marks them and drops their dodge. Punishment on Villa. Ow. Resist the bleed. And we'll go for... Let's go for an Inspiring Cry on Villa. Heal them for 1, so not for much, but it does drop the stress a bit. And then the Slice and Dice hits Ormond and Villa. Ormond is no longer bleeding. So, we're going to have them go ahead and use Serpent Sway to avoid any further incoming damage. Papon can go ahead and use Divine Grace on Ormond. That will heal them up a lot. Then Villa is next, and we're going to have Villa go for the... Yeah, we'll have them go for the Inspiring Cry on themselves again. Healing for 1, but dropping their stress. Stress is going to be pretty high. Ormond block that. And then let's go for the... yeah. Let's go for Weird Reconstruction on Villa. 12. That's a good heal. Right. Rain Whips. Hits everybody that time. Alright. Go for the Pierce on the Cutthroat. Almost takes him down. Ooh. Ormond and Villa both dodged the Slice and Dice, though. Go for the Divine Comfort, healing everybody.
Momentary abatement.
Then we can go for the Demon's Pull to take down the Cutthroat.
Give them no quarter.
Rain of Whips. Ow. Go for another Inspiring Cry. Gonna keep that going. Ormond. Bleeding pretty heavily. Go ahead and bandage that. Then we'll go for the Expose. Debuffs them, giving them more chance to receive crits and less speed. Let's go for the Vulnerability Hex on them as well. Marked. Now their dodge is even lower. We'll go for the Divine Comfort, healing the whole party.
Sedated.
Rain of Whips. Ow. Hits everybody and crits Zombie. Alright. Now then. Let's go for the Smite with Villa. Now we can go with Captivate. Nice amount of damage there, and we get a bleed started. Now, let's go for another Divine Comfort.
Of war can be
Just keep healing everyone up, a little bit by a little bit. We'll have Zombie use this bandage here because that was a lot of bleed damage that was just taken. And heal themselves up with the weird reconstruction. Villa, their bleeding is almost gone, so we don't need to use the bandage on them. So we'll go ahead and smite. The blight almost takes them out. Point blank shot there. Ow. Does a lot. Can resist the move though. Okay, let's go ahead and use the Serpent's Way to move forward here. And then we'll use this turn to kind of heal, because the Blight will take care of them. So let's go ahead and use Divine Grace on Villa. We can have them use Inspiring Cry on themselves. And then we'll have Weird Reconstruction used on them as well. We'll just heal up Villa and let the Blight take care of them. There we go.
Victory. Perhaps the turning point.
We'll take what we can from this, which isn't much. We'll move up to this obstacle.
Another mariner, another misfortune.
Alright. And then we'll head in. No room battle, and no scout. However, we know what was down this way now. So, we know that it's a straight shot through here to the rest of the room battles. There's only 4 possible rooms that a room battle could be in. And all 4 of those rooms are now in sequence. There's a possibility for hallway battles, but those hallway battles are not going to be in vain now. And we know that. This pack contains loot. Take what we can, which is just the key. Move this obstacle. Move the shovel. And just keep moving. We have another hallway battle. Uka Savage, Armored Maggot, and Pelagic Tidemaster. Uka Savage now has 82 hit points. They're an Eldritch creature with 50% protection. And Eldritch enemy. Protection is at 50%, 21 dodge, 2 speed, 90% move and stun resistances, 50% blight resistance, 60% debuff resistance, and 100% bleed resistance. We also have Arterial Pinch and Tidal Slam, much like the Uka Crusher. The Armored Maggot, Eldritch, 10 hit points, 75% protection, 21 dodge, -3 speed. So a Brine, 90% stun resistance, 60% light resistance, 80% bleed resistance, and 50% debuff and move resistance. And then the Pelagic Tidemaster here, used to be the Pelagic Shaman, 23 hit points, Eldritch, 29 dodge, 12 speed, 50% stun, blight, and move resistance, 90% bleed resistance, 60% debuff resistance. And they still have Ceremonial Cut, Stress Wave, Call of the Deep, Sea Breeze, all that stuff we've come to know. And they're also stealthed right now. So let's go ahead and do what we can here. We're going to try and pierce the Armored Maggot and take them down early. With a crit for 22. Managed to do just that. Alright. Well, no. Let's go for Bulwark of Faith. Bring the Torchlight up. And get very high protection. And we can go for Illumination on the Tidemaster. Bringing them out of stealth and lowering their dodge. And then let's go for the Weakening Curse on the Uka Savage. Lowering their damage and protection. Tidal Slam on Mr. Villa. Ow. Moves them back and stuns them. Not great. Stress Wave on Zombie and Villa. Now let's go for the Pierce on this Savage. Get through that protection. And then we'll go for the Divine Comfort here.
Compassion is a rarity,
Healing everyone up
in
at
the
least a little.
pitch of
Arterial
battle.
Pinch on Ormond. Ow. They resist the debuff and the bleed. And then we'll go for another Weakening Curse on the Savage. Dropping the damage and protection even further. Villa's stunned, and then it cycles back around. The Tidemaster goes for the stress wave on Zombie and Ormond. Let's go for the Pierce on the... Actually, let's go for Expose on the Tidemaster here.
Quakes.
Dancing and fighting, there is no difference. Then let's go for the Daemon's Pull on them. That'll bring them up to the front. There we go. We'll go for Illumination. And then an Arterial Pinch on Ormond. Ow. We get the debuff and the bleed this time. That's a very hefty bleed at that. So then let's go ahead and move Villa up. Start having them make their advance. Let's go ahead and use this bandage. Better to use it than lose Ormond. Now we'll go with the Pierce here on the Savage. We'll have Papon use Divine Comfort. Go for another Weakening Curse. And then another Arterial Pinch on Papon. Ow. And then let's go for the... yeah, we'll just move Villa up one again. Keep bringing them back up. Now let's go for the Expose here on this Savage. We resist the debuff on that. And we'll have Papon heal themselves with Divine Grace. Arterial Pinch on Mr. Villa, a crit for 2. Very painful. Yeah, a lot of bleed damage are going to be taken there. Let's make sure we have another Weakening Curse set up on this Savage. And then we're going to go with the... we're going to go with the Smite. There we go. Okay, now let's go for Captivate. Get some damage over time going there if we can. Yep, there's the Blight. Now we'll go for Weakening Curse. Keep dropping the protection and the damage. When and wherever possible, go for Divine Comfort to heal everyone up a bit more. Another Arterial Pinch on Villa. Ow. That bleed is stacking up a lot. Let's go ahead and just use Inspiring Cry here. That didn't heal us for anything, but it got rid of some stress.
A blazing star is born.
Now let's go for the Pierce here. And the Savage down in health. We use Weird Reconstruction on Villa with a crit heal for 14. Ow. Just gotta keep healing Villa up. That debuff is really doing us in though. And then let's go for the Divine Comfort just to heal everyone across the board. And a Tidal Slam on Ormond. Of things that could have been done, that was probably one of the better ones. Right, so there's only 20 damage for 2 more rounds. We can get Villa healed up here. We just had to be smart. So let's go for the Serpent Sway to set up blocks. Go for the Divine Grace on Villa. Heals up for a lot. Then we go for the Weird Reconstruction, which heals up for 11. Resist the bleed. Alright, they can outlast this bleed now. And the debuff is already almost gone, so let's go for the Stunning Blow. That just outright takes them down.
No
it's fine.
intrinsic merit, unless inordinate exsanguination be considered a virtue.
Yep, so we're going to go ahead and eat food there and heal up. And then we'll go into this room. No room battle, no scout. That's fine. Head through this hallway. Another hallway battle. There's so many hallway battles in this one. This one is dangerous. We'll go for the Sway right off the bat here. We have the Pelagic Tidemaster and 2 Paralyzing Stingers. Going for Shocker on Zombie. Resisted the debuff, but did not resist the stun. Stress Wave. More stress on Villa and Ormond, and then a Shocker on Villa. Ow. And Villa stunned now too, with a lower bleed resistance. Well then, let's go ahead and use Illumination on this Pelagic Tidemaster. Get them out in the open. Then Villa's stun and Zombies stun are now all gone. So let's go for the Pierce on the Tidemaster, because they can heal and cause stress, neither of which we enjoy. Another stress wave on Zombie and Ormond. Shocker on Papon. Ow. Resisted the debuff and the stun. Another shocker on Papon, which hits, resisted the debuff and the stun again, impressively. So let's go for the group heal with Divine Comfort. Go for the Daemon's Pull on the Tidemaster. That'll bring them to the front, and then Villa, go for the Smite, take them down. Alright. Now let's go for the Pierce on this Stinger. That did a lot of damage. Salty Gouge on Mr. Villa. Crit for 8. Ow. Villa's stressed out. Got the debuff. Bleed. Villa has become hopeless. Why did I trade her for this life? She loved me. Oh, Villa, what did you do to Rin? Sorry, not Rin. Max. My bad. What did you do to Max? Let's go with the... There we go. The Daemon's Pull. Now we'll go for the Divine Grace here. Healed up. Bleed still going. Unfortunate. But let's go for the Inspiring Cry here. Just gotta get Villa to de-stress themselves a bit. And by a bit, I mean entirely.
We require only the
Go for the Pierce. That'll go ahead and take them down. With a crit for 22. Take what we can from this, which is nothing. So let's swap this Onyx out for the Ruby. Alright, Villa will check what's in there. There's still booty inside. We'll take what we can. Eat some food to heal Villa up. And in this room we go. No room battle, no scout. There's a lot of hallway battles. There's probably one in this hallway too. Everything runs red. Okay, there's a trap there, and that hits Papon. Papon's stressed out. The resolve is tested. And Papon has become powerful. Holy power courses through me.
Unleash it.
Anger is power, unleash it. Nice. I like that. We're gonna use the medicinal herbs there to get rid of that debuff. Alright, so. How you looking now, Papon? Damage just went up because of Virtue, and so did many different resistances. Not opposed to that. Let's bring the torchlight up even further.
The promise of safety.
And now we will have Mr. Villa here. Use these herbs on this eerie coral. That gets rid of their Plutomania. Now they have Warren Phobe and Unquiet Mind. And that's all they got. It's not bad. Right, and then we have some hunger here. It's fine. Now we're going to head into this room. And in this room, we have no room battle. But we do get a scout. There's a trap, 2 curios, and then a room battle with a treasure. So let's go ahead and deal with that now. Now we have 70, 45, 60, and 60. So, Ormond, go for it. There we go. Good job. Alright, now let's see what we have here. We have a sack, which is empty, and a dead fish. Or a fish carcass, rather. We'll use the medicinal herbs on that.
Hacks laden with loot
jade,
are often low on
coin,
supplies.
medicinal herbs, which essentially just made this free. Don't need the extra anti-venom, and we can take the food. We'll bring the light back up. In we go. This is the only room battle we have here. We have a Cultist Champion, a Pelagic Piranha, Cultist Witch, Pelagic Tidemaster. Our actions have pleased the Sacred Flame, or Blessed Flame, or whatever it was that Papon just said. So yeah. Yeah, the resistances, dodge, and speed of the champion. Oh, and the hit points of the champion and the witch have now gone up because they're no longer gladiators and enchantresses. And the pelagic piranha is now no longer a pelagic grouper or pelagic whatever it was before. I know there was a stage between grouper and this. So now they are a pelagic piranha. Now let's go ahead and start this off with illumination on the Tidemaster if we can, because we did get the surprise. Right, they're out in the open now. Let's go for the pierce on them. Capitalize on that. And then we'll go for the Daemon's Pull. And that brings them forward. That way lies failure. That way lies failure, this I know. We could have had them down in first round. Villa is stressed out. Stress wave on both of them. Stressful incantation on Villa. Seaward slash on Villa. Ow. And then rend for the old gods on Villa. Ouch. Alright. And then stress wave on Papon. It's fine. Papon has become powerful. Rend for the old gods on Ormond, which they dodge. Let's go for the pierce. Actually, first things first, let's set up some holy water. We want to get the resistances going since this is the last fight in this area. So we'll up the bleed, blight, or we'll up the blight, bleed, disease, and debuff resistances by 33% each for 3 rounds, starting now. Now let's go ahead and sway. Use the serpent sway to set up some blocks and up speed a little bit. Seaward slash, which is blocked. There we go. Glad we did that. Eldritch push on Mr. Villa. They get moved. Not great, but alright. Alright, we can actually use this opportunity. Well, we could use this opportunity to heal Villa, but instead we're going to go ahead and... Ah, dang it. They dodged it. We were going to... Yeah, I was hoping we could pull the Tidemaster and take them out, but... Oh well, no such luck. We'll go for Divine Comfort instead, healing everybody a little bit. And then we'll just move Villa up. I am but a man, and no more. Alright, we won't move Villa up then. Villa's at the back, and that's where they're going to stay for right now. So, Stress Wave on Papon and Zombie. Seaward Slash on Papon. Ow! So much damage. Let's just go for the Pierce. Okay. 1 down. Go for the Divine Comfort again. Stressful Incantation on Mr. Villa. Very little in the way of damage, but still a lot of stress. Ran for the old gods on Ormond. Blocked. Resisted the debuff. Resisted the bleed. Now let's go for the Daemon's Pull on the Cultist Witch. That brings them forward and gets rid of that corpse. And then Villa, go ahead and move up. We need you further ahead. So let's go for the Pierce on... Yeah, let's go for the Pelagic Piranha. Crit for 25. Very nice. Stressful Incantation on Mr. Villa. More stress. Light goes down a bit. They're marked. Ran for the old gods on Armand. Ow. They get the debuff and the bleed that time. And let's go for Illumination on the Piranha. Piranha's down. Don't have to deal with them anymore. The light's back up. Now let's go for the Vulnerability Hex on this Cultist Witch. Drops their dodge and marks them. And let's have Villa go ahead and use Inspiring Cry. Heal them for 1 and drop their stress a bit. Now we can go for the Pierce on the Witch. Our actions have pleased the Sacred Flame. Okay, there we go. There it is again. Right? And we get extra damage for 3 rounds. That's great. Well, 4 rounds, really, but yeah, that's fantastic. That's great. Thank you, Papon. Let's go for the Divine Comfort there. Rent for the old gods on Papon, which they dodge. Stressful Incantation on Mr. Villa, which they do not dodge. They take no damage from it, but their stress is getting way up there. So let's go for the... let's go for the Vulnerability Hex on this Cultist Champion. We'll drop their dodge. And we'll move Villa up 1 yet again. Stressful Incantation on Ormond. Honestly, I'm more okay with that than I am with more stress on the villa. Ormond's resolve is tested, and they've become courageous! All right, Ormond! All dance begins with a single step. All songs something. I don't know what that... I didn't catch the last bit of it. Let's go for the expose on the witch. There we go. Alright, witch is gone. Don't have to worry about that now. So then, now, let's go ahead and go for another Divine Comfort. Just keep everyone healed up as much as we can. Rend for the old gods on Villa. Ow. Now Villa's bleeding. And we can go ahead and go for the... Let's go for the Weakening Curse. Drop their damage. They don't have any protection, but we'll drop that too. And now, Villa can go for the Smite. Crit for 32. Very nice, Villa. Nice way to finish that fight off.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
I would argue that was not trifling at all. Okay, so let's take the onyx instead of the citrine. Close that. Alright, now we've gone through this whole dang place. So we're going to continue adventuring just long enough for us to interact with this heirloom chest. Use this key on it. We have more coin and another onyx. Alright. With that done, now we will go ahead and return to the hamlet with this quest complete.
The pungent odor abates. The things are driven back for a time.
All in all, that didn't go too bad. Considering that was the first champion quest we went on, I would call it a success. Nobody died. We got the objective completed. We made it out of there fairly intact. And now, Papon and Ormond are our first legends at level 6. So those two cannot get any higher in level. Mr. Villa got Clumsy and Unholy Hater instead of Backtracker. Clumsy, -5 dodge, that's not great. Villa didn't already have dodge to begin with, so lowering that by even more is gonna really suck. But we'll see what we can do about that later on. Ormond got Deviant Tastes, is not allowed to visit the brothel for reasons best left to discretion. Alright then. That's not exactly good. Papon ended up with Fragile, whatever. We'll probably swap between the two. But -10% max HP, that's gotta go. And the Fits, +3 speed, -5 accuracy, -5% crit. That also has to go. So we gotta do a little bit here for Papon. And Zombie now got Backtracker in place of Warren Scrounger. Unfortunate. Now Zombie's not going to be as tailored to the Warrens as they once were. But all in all, that's still fine. Let's go ahead and return to town now.
A fresh irritant to some. A sanguine memory to me.
Alright. Now, first things first. Villa, go drink your stresses away. And Zombie, can you join him? You can. Go for it. Go join Villa. You two worked hard. You earned it. Papon needs to go for some treatment. Ormond is still doing pretty alright though, I believe. So yeah, Ormond's alright. Yeah, Ormond's doing alright. So we can send Papon here though to treat the Fits. And then we'll go ahead and unequip and sort all trinkets by rarity. There we go. And then let's look at what we have on the Nomad Wagon. We have the Rotgut Sensor, the Protective Padlock for the Abomination, plus 15% protection, -1 speed. That's not bad. It's not bad at all, actually. It's actually really good, especially if we take someone like the Noi. At the cost of 1 speed, getting 15% protection is pretty dang good. Might look into that. Swift Cloak, plus 2 speed, minus 20% move resist, and then a stun amulet. Nothing here that really catches the eye too much, outside of that one. And then in the stagecoach we have all Seekers, a Man-at-Arms, a Bounty Hunter, a Highwayman, a Crusader, a Jester, a Plague Doctor, and an Occultist. None of which interest us at the moment. Well, that is going to go ahead and do it for this episode of Darkest Dungeon. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to see more content like this, or the other kinds of content that we put out on this channel, we're going to keep that content coming, so don't you worry about that. Leave a comment, hit the notification bell if you want to receive notifications of whenever we upload new videos. Otherwise, you won't receive those notifications. Leave a comment on the video. It helps us out a lot. It really, really does. Also, remember to leave a comment if you want to have one of the heroes on this roster named after you. We just got some heroes up to level 6, and their names are still subject to change. So there's definitely still time to get your names in and get yourselves on this roster. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.